Hey guys, this is Kei speaking, and today we are back in Automation, the Ellisbury update, and our Let's Play with Gasmean and Kei Cars, and we are jumping right back into it. We have just released the new version of the Berry, as well as a new car. Well, the Berry was a new car as well, but the Swallow is our dedicated sports car and sports convertible. Thoroughly underpowered, of course, and that is about to hopefully change, because we are getting very close to having turbos unlocked. I'm going to forward till we do have them and then consider a facelift. And I think that means they are unlocked now. Let's load up. Oh yeah, the MK4 is still being produced, that is right. But we are going to base it off the MK5. And don't want to have any sporty stuff in here anymore. So let's make a new facelift. The MK6 it is, and we are only going to update. Yes, this one exactly. It's massive. For this engine version, we do not have the capacity to make this a 550 as well, which is starting in 1976. That is the next benchmark to where we are really powering through, literally, with turbo-boosted madness. But now we're just trying to prepare for that. So probably I need to actually design a new engine from scratch for the 550 era. But first things first, we need to see if we can upgrade this one to have more than 16 horsepower. I don't think that should be too scary, but first of all, let's reduce compression. 15.6 horsepower. Now, turbocharger. Yeah, that's expensive. In terms of we don't have anything here. We're using everything we have to unlock. Naturally, because it just unlocked this month. Now the question is, can we even make a turbocharger small enough to, well, this is slightly too high a rating for our intercooler, but we shall see first here. Can we make it spool? So first of all, yeah, we can. And it's knocking horribly. So, there, something spooling is happening. Oh my god, knocking instantly. Let's go into the turbo grid and see what is happening. Yeah, okay. Well, that's to be expected. Surge. The turbine needs to be even smaller. No, the compressor needs to be even smaller, the turbine larger. But problem being, it doesn't want to spool. And the efficiency is absolutely horrendous. We do see some spool there. I mean, this is almost impossible to make right, but maybe intercooler can be slightly smaller. So we need to have, we don't want to have the surge there, but I mean, let's see. Can we make it smaller? We can't really go, we don't have enough mass flow to make this thing spool, so we need to go smaller. But then it explodes. This engine is too small. 23 horsepower. Let's check the flow. Oh, okay, well that is certainly not helping. Also, we are on carburetors, so that's also something that's going to improve massively as we change it. First things first, carburetor. Let's max this one out. There we go. Looking a lot better already. Then we have the exhaust to fix. Also a lot better already. There we go. Turbo race headers, no? How about compact? That seems more correct for what we're trying to do. And then maybe 7.5 compression. And we are knocking on the door of 30 horsepower there. Let's see if we can make this spool ever so slightly earlier. 4.4 stress, yeah. I mean, is it good? No. Well, what do you expect? How would it look? Oh, would it look fair bit better if we had a little bit of quality in there, which we will have eventually, because this difference is going to drastically decrease. 8% reliability reduction due to us being just too high power density. For the pistons, that is. If we went for heavy forge, that would not even help properly, because a cast iron block of that size can't really handle it. So no need to upgrade here. In terms of torque, we are doing fantastic. What torque levels do we have? Well, 38 Newton meters, and our light cast conrods, yes, that's the word, take 81. So yeah, well, it's a little bit of margin right there. Oh, one thing that has changed is the balancing mass slider. I rebalanced that. So this one really kicks you in the nuts now with extra counterweight on the top and has very much diminishing returns. So I made it more extreme. Basically 100 is now way higher than before, but not in terms of benefits, in terms of drawbacks. So 100 is now only seldomly a viable option. Previously, it was basically the go-to option for most engines that wanted to have any kind of comfort level. So yeah, we're going to dial it back a little bit. We can save 7 kilos for very otherwise little difference. Just going like this, it's fine, to 80. Maybe springs and lifters are playing into this. Let's see. Oh yeah, much flatter there, that's good. So let's optimize that out. Performance is, well, I mean, performance gain of like 60-ish%. That's pretty solid. Is it enough? Probably not. But it might be for just bridging the time till we have the incredible capacity increase to 550. The golden era of our company, where we make absolutely insane turbo-powered cars. Maybe not, but insane for us, who live in the world of 15 horsepower is plenty. We also do have the option of running no intercooler, but for those of you who don't know, if you just set it to 0 power, that means no intercooler, and you see you save a little bit of weight for the intercooler, a significant portion of weight, and we do get more power than strangling the engine with the intercooler, but of course also we get much worse performance in terms of how much timing we need to pull in order to make it not knock. I don't think we can or should do much more than this. It looks like an engine that now has gotten an upgrade, kind of an optional power boost that you get at 4,200 RPM onwards, or, well, yeah, peaking at 4.6. And that's our natural driving range RPM anyway for these cars, because otherwise you don't even get up to speed. But now the question is, how much does that... Oh my god. Holy, is this expensive. Yes, I see. Okay, that's an issue. This engine won't be ready for anything. We have to, like, pull this back, and it's still outrageous. So I don't think this is viable. What this really points to, though, is that we do need to prepare an engine early for the advent of turbos at 1976 for 550s. Because this is costing a bit too much. Delete the facelift. This is futile. This won't even be done until turbos are, or until we get to 550. So let's forget about it and make a new proper 550 engine and a new proper sports version of a 550 engine as well. But first, let me check out something here. We do have the Sport MK2 and MK2, yes, MK2-2. Let's see how that one fares once we facelift it and upgrade only this one. Agree. And MK5, what? Why is it the MK5 now? Because the others were called Prototype. Yeah, right. I think this engine is ready for 550. Didn't we make it such? No! Not quite. Not quite. This one is ready for 393. It's not enough. If we upboard, it's still not enough. Nope. Okay. Needs a new one. Delete the facelift. Don't want it. I think the best course of action here is to go through 2 prototyping projects each for each one of those 550 engines. One for the normal stuff, an i3, because otherwise turbos won't even start to spool if the engine also has to fight all the friction in the valve train. So yeah, that's let's make a new engine project. This one is the very aptly named Bigger i3 550 Turbo Type 1. Seeing how much problems we had with power density for the other engine, I believe we need to stay with cast iron blocks. Slightly under square? Yeah, reasonable. And with so much time on our hand, and 5 family quality here, might as well get into the modern era with these and really hammer it with a dual overhead cam 4 valve. And only the newest stuff can be good enough, even though it's mixed material. Oh, what? Engineering time of 11 months? What is this? Well, it's an inline 3, it's simple. But yeah, let's up this a bit. Making an engine like this is pretty impressive. If this is actually true. Like an 8 quality, family quality engine in 1967 as a prototype. This one can last us for a long time. It needs to. I mean, this engine needs to last us until 1990, was it? Yeah, where it's 660 and a power limit. Let's try the cast iron crank, cast light, cast heavy, the harmonic damper, and make it slightly heavier, like this. And quality here, yeah, we kind of need it. We keep compression low. And now these need also to, of course, be somewhat conforming to emission standards. That is also a... Oh, do our other engines last us until well into the emission standards is the question. Because we don't want to be paying lots of compliance costs until we... No, never. But we do need to keep compliance free until we get to switch to this engine in 1976. So, turbocharger it is. 1 turbo. Let's deactivate this. Probably need a little less here. But I think this one will be faring a little better. The main issue is that very small turbochargers have absolute horrendous efficiency. And this one doesn't need to work well. It just needs to be there so that it can be upgraded afterwards. Mechanical fuel injection, not really, no. Are we supposed to still use the single barrel eco carb here? What I'm really waiting for, especially with our tech pool, is MPFI will be available for one of the first proper facelifts for this one. And that will be exciting. Until then, we could try to work with a 4-barrel carb. Is that even a good choice? I don't think so. I really don't think so. These barrels will be absolutely tiny. But our engineering time here, like this is already yellow, so 31%. That's pretty good. And that's from the familiarity from general working with carbs, of course. And here for the engineering time, I mean, a +6 4-barrel carb. That's not too terrible. Let's try that out. Looks amazing. Look at this beast on there. Oh, it's the new model as well. This is actually pretty amazing. It's based off of a scan of a real one. So that's why it's mega detailed. What fuel are we running here? Super 98. 91 is on the rise. We can always change later on. It's not an issue. Well, that's a good start. Let's see what's wrong. Everything. Oh my god. As soon as it spools, it explodes. beautiful. Oh yes, surge stress just a measly 15,000%. Oh yeah, look at it. Look at it. It's actually functional. Wow, what is this? Do you see that? It crosses the middle of the compressor map. That is luxury. That is what capacity does for you. Can even go a little larger and then close down the turbine a bit, like this. Wow. Spooling before 12,000 RPM. 51 horsepower? Do I see that right? Ah, and the forged heavy pistons are what is required for this to have some reliability. And maybe we should go slightly the other direction here. Because if we go with higher bore, and then, I mean, we have lightweight cars anyway, right? So if we go with higher family capacity bore, and then debore it, we still have the power limit from the family. So let's try that out. Just to be sure that we are doing things correctly. Right now we do have a power limit of 34.75. Of course we're paying heavily in weight. But that might be what we need to do to get this to run. So 65-65 square setup. And now we can debore this one so that it again fits 550. Basically 60 there. Let's see if we can make this nicer looking. Yeah, something like this. 60 and 64.8. That is 550. And now our power limit is... Oh, damn it. It's the same. The pistons... Ah, yeah, of course. This is not the issue. You know what went up? Also a thinking error. Oh, yeah, you see this. Now this is still limited by the piston. Before, when I switched over, it was limited by the block. So that's the issue here. The family... Okay, that's how we implemented it, yes. The family capacity bore setting does determine the block power density, while the variant capacity bore does, of course, determine the piston power density. Nothing else would make sense because that is the power density, or the size of the piston that is affected. So, yeah, if you shrink that, then the same power is focused on a smaller size and thus heating up. But anyway, this is looking promising. Oh, the question then is, do we want to carry this one over to the modern era? As in, into the 90s? Or 2000s? Or do we want to make a new dedicated engine for this? Because it's pretty simple to just make this a, like, 65, 66, and we have the 660, and then go down a bit, and we're golden. Like, there you have it. Do we want to go for turbo mid-headers straight away, because they are quite a bit more performant? That's another 3 horsepower there, or... Nah, not quite. No, I'm giving you twice the figure it is. 1.5 horsepower. Still, I believe that could be a good choice. Let's see if we re-optimize, and it's pretty good. And while this is a crazy power record for our company, it is certainly nothing to really write home about. This doesn't make a sports car, but it is way more sporty than what we currently have. Problem being, this will take a while to engineer and to bring into production, and we can't before 1976 anyway, because that's the rules. But look at this beauty. Now the only thing missing is actual good performance, which starts to spool somewhere before 3000 RPM. Oh well, it was lying to me. The engineering time there is a little more than what we want. But 8 quality, that's permanent quality you have in there. So it is certainly worth it. But if that is the case, we can definitely increase the quality of some of the subcomponents a bit more, especially bottom end and top end. And maybe a tick or 2 in fuel system and exhaust, because they will not upset the apple cart in total. Yeah, well, that has basically changed nothing. That's good to see. I think then we can run even higher fuel system quality. At some point, of course, you do pay ridiculous material costs and production units for the benefit of this, and that is getting questionable. But the additional reliability always is nice. Let's go for plus 10 here. 99 months. That's a long time, but that can be cut down. How about 60 months? Less tooling, less process, less reliability. That needs to be upped for the second prototype. And, oh, well, isn't that going to be the first production version? I believe so. Funding is up because we want to, and that is increasing reliability, and also, I believe, is it increasing the learning as well? No, maybe it should. So this would be finished in 1972, 1972. And we don't want to use any factory for this. And I think we are set. Turbo Type 1, 550. Of course, we don't need a loan for a 31 million project, but do we want to sign it off? Nah, not just yet. We sign it off together with the other engine, the sporty version of this. Let's see what we even can make for a sporty version of this. I think there will be a box of 4 again. Yeah. We pretty much built the exact same thing here. So let's go ahead with a box of 4. This will be single turbo only. Oh, we don't have dual turbos for boxes, I don't believe, because they're super wide. What do we do here? Dual overhead cam, 4 valve. How much familiarity do we have here? Only 25% roughly, or 24. So maybe cheap out at +5, +6. And I think we are going to build these in a factory that has some forge. Because yes, we do need our own factory. Even though, oh well, we could produce them in a contract factory because they have whatever add-ons you like. If we're going forged anyway, we can also use forged crank and forged conrods and everything. Only need the lightweight stuff, which will make the engine very lightweight. Currently it's not, because this is huge. Let's fix this. 660. Okay. Do we want to have a slightly larger engine for the block power limit then? Because we do have forged components, so we can get rid of the piston penalty there. Let's see if we make this a little larger. 5 mil larger. Still pretty lightweight, I would hope. Then we can debore this to 60. There we have that. And forged heavy pistons. Harmonic damper, yeah, for sure. And just go like, oh no, this is sporty, so leaving it around, no, let's go 40. I think this thing can rev a little higher. How about 11k? And here we go with the turbocharger. For what it's worth. Oh my god. No, you can have 2 turbos with this. Oh my god. Don't. Just don't. It cannot work with 2 turbos. Oh, I'm making this the wrong size too, though. This is supposed to be 550, not 660. Whoops. Maybe go a little smaller then. There. That is 7 millimeters underboard. Yeah, pretty good. That should give us some margin for the block. Again, going the performance high route. And you've got to consider that this is a tiny engine. So performance high is actually extremely high. It's like for a normal sized engine of 2 liters or so, the equivalent of going race for where the resonances lie. Now this is pretty high up there. Definitely turbo mid for this one. Whoa, look at this beast. This is as long as an inline 6 engine. Basically, it's just mounted the wrong way then. That doesn't look like it's spooling. That doesn't look like it's doing anything. Oh, okay, well, turbo size slightly extreme, I never said that. Let's make this correct. Turbo grid. Our exhaust is that already opened up? That's the wrong one. This one. Yes, but what isn't is our fuel system. So let's bring this back down to something more reasonable. And we are spooling, but running into issues there, that's fine. Now everything is opened up enough so that we can start tuning the turbo. Slightly less power, even though this is going to make a fair bunch of power, I believe, once we get about 7-ish more quality into this turbo. Because then it looks like this, which allows us to go 1.5 bar of boost. Oh, this thing actually spools. It's beautiful. Look at that. We just make the turbo a little larger to make it more efficient. Oh, it's even starting to get green. It's a color I have never seen. Here, that's looking good. Spooled. I was like, oh, this spooled so early, and then I'm looking like, oh, no, we're just revving very high. This is 4,700 RPM. Oh, yeah. Please go and fuck yourself. Gentleman's agreement, my ass. 75 horsepower. The limit is in 1990, when we get to 660. The unofficial limit that everyone adhered to, because they are gentlemen, they are wussies. It was 63 horsepower. So we shall make the best out of it until the gentleman's agreement is actually in place. Or, what we could try to do is follow history. And history was such that in 1990, they all came together, the Kei Car manufacturers, and wanted to stop the race for more power in these little engines. So they said, okay, let's stop it here. The highest powered Kei Car engine is going to be the power limit. Forever. And there we are. It was 63 horsepower. So maybe the power limit should be what we reach in 1990. That will be fun. Huh. The exhaust, I believe, is limiting. Yeah, a little bit, but not massively so. What else is there to optimize? Are we getting into surge if I make this smaller? Yeah, no, not really. It's fine. It's fine. Also, this is just a prototype. It's very well using the entire range of the turbo. This thing will be reasonably quick. That's a respectable amount of power. I think this is going to be beautiful. Let's use it. Well, what does the fuel map look like? It's all good. Fuel efficiency map is not looking so good. And let's try and see surge, because I haven't shown you in this one yet. This is quite important of a feature, because you might wonder, like, where does the 2.9% come from? It's not going into the surge area here whatsoever. So why is this happening? Very simple reason. If you take a look at what it looks like at different throttle settings. So you see there, it touches it at low throttle, but at high throttle, it is fine. And that is why you run into surge, even though this blue line using the normal graphs, while not being on the test stand here, it seems all be good, but you still have surge stress, and that's why it is actually touching it there. I'm very happy with this, but how brutal is it going to be? Pretty much the same as the previous one, so that's all fine and dandy. And this is our race version. Doesn't have to be all that fancy. Oh, we're almost there. 30, 30, 30, 70, 20. Yeah, pretty good. I think fuel system and exhaust can be made a little bit more extreme. Yeah, +2 quality in both of them, only leading to 0.6 months extra. That's what we like to see. Whew, the costs for this one are the same. And now we can pay 62 million over 5 years. Oh no, the travesty. To get these babies done. Yeah, I mean, these are just prototypes. I'm very happy with how they turned out. The power is beautiful. Let's sign them off. And that also means that we don't necessarily need to do another facelift anytime soon for these. The engines are going to be the same, but what we could do is upgrade the factory to a large. Oh yeah, another thing that is new. See this button up there? Yay! Button up there. Where's unlock here? Yes, in Froenia, the ways have started. So I think what I'm going to do here is to remodel the... Oh, is this a small... Oh, damn it. It is a small. We gotta trash that one. And then make a new car factory? No, upgrade this car factory to... This is just a medium. Let's add a medium 3 to produce the berry. And then we are going to... Or should we just build a new one? Maybe. We certainly do have the money. It's just flowing in, and if we do it for this project that's already running, it can just add on top of it. Let's see how that goes. So we have the Kei 2 medium. Let's see what that one can do. Yeah, it's producing the pebble. That's not optimal, even though it's outputting currently 1,320 of them in a month. Is that correct? Is it actually doing that? Yeah. Yeah, it's outputting a lot. And it's 18 months on back order. Not good. Let's go in here and select project and configure factory for the berry. Oh, right, yes. Medium 3, steel presses, galvanization plant. Oh my. Expensive. But quite quick too. And this one can be made reasonably efficient if we go like this. Still just 10 months. Costs a bit extra, but I mean, we can take it. And for this one, we could maybe produce... yeah, which ones? I kind of need to find out beforehand which ones are actually selling. Ooh, look at that. We've upgraded ourselves to a market share of almost 6%. Wow, okay, that's some fancy stats there, yo. That's a good one. I give that to you. I look at that drivability, 62.3. We are at 53.6. This one passes WES 5, and this one also WES 5. Okay, impressive. So, before we do that, just let's check what is actually required. Utility, delivery, city. Family is good. But I think the... let's just check the factories, right? So this looks like it's the smaller factory. Maybe we should just let the large factory do its thing and add it to... maybe try to produce 4 trims, like, or slight overlap, delivery, utility, off-road. That might work. Yeah, let's do that. That certainly is looking solid. And this factory really was in dire need of fixing up. We have used it to certainly a slight amount that is rather detrimental to its production quality. It's all quite worn down. Like at that position, I think we can skip doing QA. Like, why would we? Like, you look at the recall chance, it goes to 0.36% from... yeah, I mean, 0.36% is very low, regardless. So I think that's fine. And let's have a look at what the profit margin is doing. If we go there, yeah, that's another $200. But not only that, because if we look at the numbers here, the production goes up by... Oh, that's 10%. And that's a big fucking cost. That's all for this year. I don't think we are going to get any taxman problems with that. Oh, well, it's not all for this year, because this is going to take 10 months, right? So, yes, this is going to help us next year, too. Alright, let's sign off the factory, and then not forget to also upgrade the engine factory, otherwise we can't supply. Oh, here we go, sign off. That's a lot of money. Oh my. Yeah, that's an old one. This one needs to go and die, but not yet. We can detool it afterwards. so that it just doesn't run anymore, but we do need to buy a new factory, build an entirely new one. Large plot, not too bad. Now this is a slight concern. This one takes 21 months just to build a medium one. Well, what are you supposed to do? I think we can fix up the small factory instead and try to buffer the production a little? Yeah, well, okay. I mean, we can build the medium one on top, then we have something to go off of. That's just 160 million when it's set up. And once the production kicks in, that will help a lot. So let's do it. Now I need to check out how long this one takes to be retooled into producing the new version. That is 1 month. Okay. Right. So that makes it simple. We go back to hub. We have our long-term factory sitting there that is supposed to be building. And that is there. And then 1 month before this one comes online, we start the retool of the small engine factory. And that will... Oh, wait a sec. This one is starting to retool right now anyway. Yeah, so there are no more cars to be produced anyway. So we can do it equally well now. Let's do it. Make it all new and shiny. Yes, sign it off. This is a cheap one. No loan. Sign off the factory. I think we will be getting a big fat chunk of refund money there on our expenses as we tick over the month. Let's see what happens. And here we go. How bad is it? Oof! Ouch! Return deposits, 34 million. Oh yes. But also, taxman be gone. This is pretty powerful. Just negative 31 million, but taxman be gone for this year and for next year as well. 0 taxes need to be paid. Oh, okay, and leaded fuel ban 10 years from now. Florinia and Helvetia, so we need to switch for the next engine. And there we go. Ooh. Okay. Factory's being overworked. Yes, but that is what we expected. They are running 3 shifts now. This is not optimal. We're back into the positives, despite us building this massive chunky factory. But production is looking great. We're down to just 2 months worth of production, negative stock. Oh, it looks like we've reached equilibrium. Overproduction no more. Maybe our facelifts are getting a little old here. Right before the factory comes online. Ah, beautiful. They're still going a bit beyond what they should. But as soon as this one is online, we do a facelift. Oh, that one didn't even state it was finished. All right. Well, that's an odd one. Anyway, we are now fully geared towards producing the berry and the swallow. And the next task will be to make a quick prototype, a quick facelift of this, the berry. I hope that can be accomplished within the remaining 11 months of the year, so that we are all very close to, so that we are done in early 70, and then we can upgrade the factory until then, because we currently don't really need it. It's great, but as soon as Florinia opens, 1970, we need to make a facelift so that we can sell in Florinia, and then we're on. Then we need more large factories because they are going to love our cars. And I think this is a perfect spot to end for now. And once again, I hope you enjoyed. If you did, please smash the like button. It does help the videos. And I shall see you guys next time.